Hello, my name is Joshua Mugabe. I welcome you to Futures in Amphibian. Amphibians are vertebrates represented by frogs, toads, newts, and salamanders. Those are the amphibians. They are vertebrates, meaning they are made up of a backbone, and they include the frogs, the toads, newts, and salamanders. Here we have a frog. And when you look at the frog, it has the eardrum over here, and it has webbed feet and a powerful hind leg. Then this side we have a toad. And when you look at the toad, it has a nostril, it has a poisonous gland, makes toad distasteful to predators because of that poisonous gland, and it has a powerful hind leg. Now when you look at them, the difference between a toad and a frog, the frog has a smooth skin, whereas a toad has a rough skin. Amphibians can survive both on land and in water. In water, they obtain oxygen by absorbing it through their skin. So the amphibians, when they are in water, if they are in a water, what is going to happen is that they are going to use their skin. Oxygen is going to diffuse into their skin. So they will be absorbing oxygen through their skin. That is when they are in water. On land, they can breathe through their skin, but they also use their lungs. So when they are on land, of course they can use their skin to absorb oxygen and release carbon dioxide, but they can also use the lungs. Oxygen can pass through the mouth, and it goes under nostrils, and it goes to the lungs. Although amphibians can spread a great deal of time on land, they have to return to water to reproduce. So most of the time they can be on land, but they will get some time to go back or return to water to reproduce. The newts, these ones swim by wriggling their bodies and thrusting with their long tail. So they move by wriggling, swimming, and They use the long tail to provide the thrusting. So when you look at them, you'll see that they have a very long tail, which is used in thrusting. Frogs swim by using their powerful hind legs. Webbed feet increase the surface area that pushes against the water. We saw that these ones have toes. They have toes, and those toes are webbed. So the webbing, that webbing provides resistance to water. So the water is going to be moving from one direction as the feet is pushing against the water. Because of that resistance of the water, the resistance will push the animal in front because of the resistance which is created by the water. At the surface, their eyes and nostrils are always above the water line. When they are swimming in the water, always they make sure that their eyes and the nostrils are always above the water. Why? The nostrils are going to allow in oxygen to enter, and then the eyes are going to be used for sight to see what is happening. They can remain underwater for prolonged period, taking in dissolved oxygen through their skin, which is richly supplied by a network of blood capillaries. So they have their skin, which is supported by a lot of capillaries. And these capillaries are the ones that are going to absorb oxygen and release carbon dioxide to the surface. So these capillaries that are found under the skins are the ones now that are going to carry the oxygen. It will enter into the blood capillaries under the skin, and then it will be transported to all parts of the body. The frogs draw air in through the nostrils and pump it into the lungs by movement of the mouth floor. So they are going to absorb oxygen, which will enter through the nostrils, and then it will be pumped to the lungs by the flow of the mouth. By moving the flow up and down, that one is going to pump the air which has entered through the nostril and pump it to the lungs. Frogs have extensive tongue with a sticky surface. It can flick the tongue out to catch an insect resting on a leaf or in flight. The food is mainly worms, slugs, beetles, and other insects. So the tongue is extendable. It can be extended for a long distance, and it can be freaked out, and it can grab an insect which is resting on a surface or which is in flight. So after rotating around the insect, the tongue is pulled back into the mouth, and then the insect will be eaten by the frog. On land, frogs can progress in a series of leaps propelled by the powerful hind legs. So it can move by using the powerful hind legs. Those legs, which are the hind legs, they are very strong. So they are the ones that are used to propel the frog, and it leaps, and then it will use the four limbs to land, and they will also act as shock absorber. So you'll see it will cover a longer distance by leaping. When it leaps, it covers a long distance. Toads also jump, but usually move by crawling. So when you look at the toad moves by just crawling on the surface. It moves one or two limbs at a time, and then it keeps on moving. So for it, it covers a shorter distance compared to the frog, which leaps. Hello, my friends. Thank you very much for participating in Futures in Amphibians. Please do like, share, and subscribe.